From the very top level, from the consciousness level, the first emanation from unity becomes duality. And the reality is split into two principles, dual principles. It's male and female, Shiva and Shakti, anima, animus, energy and consciousness. And from that, all the distractions and all the opposites are created, and we are moving between these two opposites. And this is a first principle in the universe. And you can get through all these layers back to that experience of unity from dual perception, which is the very second layer, to unity perception. That's why there are a lot of philosophies, even in the Eastern world, which are dualistic and non-dualistic. And it's like also a different layer, because non-dualistic, dualistic philosophies are a lower layer of perception of the reality. But if you go one step higher, there is just unity. There is no duality. There is no male and female. There is just the Ardhanar Ishvara or Adam Kadmon, or just the connected unity. And it's almost not possible to talk about it, because all the duality, also the duality of the language, will disappear. And you are just there. You just feel it. And as soon as this principle of duality is created, the world is created through that. And this sentence is from Kabbalion, which is a Hermetic tradition. You know that?
Yeah.
One of the 7 Hermetic principles that describes how the reality is created and how we act in the physical world. And when this is created, we need to move between these two borders, which are actually not, it's not like a good and bad are opposites. It's just one structure, and you move between them. There is nothing like a complete bad and completely good. There is a never-ending scale between good and bad, and you can be moving between them. And it also works the same way with emotions. And that's why there is that graph. And in these principles, especially this principle of a rhythm, is very useful to understand, especially in connection to your insights. Now I'm getting to what you wrote me as an insight, and that movement between feeling completely exaggerated or samadhi, to be in samadhi, to be very happy in life and everything is perfect. And just in a moment, you are getting very low, because you are getting from that top back to a very low point in the emotions. And this is the movement of the pendulum. And it's never-ending process. You keep moving between good and bad, between feeling great and feeling like depressed, because we are so affected by our body, by our environment. And what is important to understand, that more you create that movement on one side, the same effect it will have on the opposite side. So if you feel one time euphoric, like everything is amazing, and you are perceiving these emotions in a very dramatic way, like in a good way, that you feel great, that something was successful in your day, in your life, You need to understand that what you are causing is the movement of the pendulum on the opposite side. And more you work in life, more successful you want to be on one side, you need to be prepared to go through hardship, because that's the rule. You can't be just in the middle. Yeah, you can live a very average life, but if you want to be either spiritually or physically or materially successful in your business, you will very probably get through times where you are at the very bottom. You can win a huge money and you will lose that in a life later on. Before you built your company, which is successful, you had to get through struggles and maybe try several different approaches in a life before you were able to build something. Now people can envy you that you are in such a great state of your life, but they don't understand how much work you had to do before, and that you were probably very low in some part of your life. And if you understand this, you can start working with that in a way that you are prepared. And you can use that swing of the pendulum, that you know when you are getting up, but you don't need to be like dramatic about it. You know that it will go back down. And the same when you are getting on a lower part of that scale, that it will be different in a few days, in a few months, in a year. And it's just a natural rhythm that is happening up and down, up and down. What you can do, you can realize that this is the nature of the reality, that you go through these ups and downs in your life, and to be mentally prepared for that it will happen. And you won't be so much affected on the external side of your life. You can stay calm even though you achieve some amazing things in your life, that you get a lot of money or your business is running amazing. Now everything is perfect. You need to be ready that it can disappear in a day, in a month, and you will get down again, because this is a natural process in our lives. It's happening like that. No one is all the time up. And the most successful people, they are getting to very low states of their emotions. They are sometimes very depressed in the periods. Even they have a huge amount of money and success, and people envy them. And actually, in their emotions and internally, they feel that it's not enough, that they are losing. And if you know this principle, you can work with that. You can smooth slightly, so it's not externally so huge jump up and down. And you just know that now I'm up. Enjoy that, feel that, use the emotions, but you don't need to be too much dramatic about positive and about the negative.
Okay.
And there is also the way how to rise above that swing of the pendulum. And it's only through expanding your consciousness. You can get to a higher level. So you are not affected by that swing. So first is to know about it. Second is to be prepared that it's ups and downs and it's normal. And if you want to achieve something amazing in your life, you need to be prepared to get through hardship. And if you want to avoid to be affected so much by that swing down, You just need to meditate and try to understand that, and you need to get to a higher level of consciousness so you can step over it. You can rise above that principle which is connected to our physical material world.